2 days in a row, I'm smiling. It's nice to beat a good team like the Cubs, and we beat them 5 out of 7. It's really nice to come in here with a win tonight. Harang gave us 5 innings. The bullpen did a great job. Neris, Giles, and Williams. A few nice plays. Bogusevic made a couple of real nice plays. Herrera made a real nice play. We made a couple of bad plays in that 7th inning, but Freddie came through with the big hit, and Giles got the save.
I guess you're not expecting Cesar to be able to come back.
Yeah, he's going to see a hand specialist tomorrow. I guess it's dislocated, and there's some concern about the ligament, so it doesn't look good for the rest of the year. But we'll just wait and see when he sees the hand specialist.
Was he in a lot of pain?
He didn't seem to be in pain. I just talked to him. He's disappointed, obviously, but we'll wait and see tomorrow.
What do you? I know you've kind of been asked this before, but with every day, passing day, what are your impressions on Altair and his ability to get extra base hits?
He's a good-looking young athlete, and I think he's got a chance to be a real good player. Numbers count. At the end of the season, if he finishes strong, he's going to make it. Well, he's already made a good first impression, but batting average and production counts. So that's the next step. We'll see how what he produces. But you got to like him. I like him a lot.
Do you think his upside is every day?
I think his upside's every day. But once again, we've got 18 more games, and he's auditioning. But I like what I see so far.
The guy who's had a longer look at is Freddie. What do you make of the year that he's had offensively?
Who's that?
Freddie Galvis.
He's done very well, especially looking at him in past years. I don't think anybody was convinced he was going to hit. He's carrying himself very well, and he's doing a good job at the plate. He's making a few more errors than we'd like to see. But, that comes in time, and it's part of the game. But I think he can cut down on his errors, and I think he can be a solid everyday shortstop.
Probably see more Sweeney now?
Probably see more Sweeney at second base. We're going to get an infield in here. I don't know who that is. We're working on it for tomorrow. But we'll see Sweeney at second base.
How would you assess Cesar's? I mean, if that's it for him, how would you assess his season?
Similar to Galvis. These guys are both got a chance to play this year, and they're auditioning. I keep using that word, but that's what it is. And they both held their own and made very good impressions. So there's some season left. See how Freddie finishes up. See how Altair finishes up. You can learn a lot in 15 to 20 games.
Pete, I know you don't want to hit for Howard in a spot like that in the 7th with a man on third. If this wasn't September and you're playing out the string, if the games matter, if it's next April,
well,
think about it differently.
I've already thought about it differently, and I've spoken to Howie. And in certain situations, I told him that I will pinch hit for him. I've reconsidered my position, and he was fine with it. He wasn't fine with it, but I just told him that I was going to do that. Now, in that situation, if I would have hit for him there, I thought they might bring in a right-hander, so I gave him an opportunity there, and I wanted him in the game late in, let's say, in the 9th inning to face the right-hand, their closer or their setup guy, whoever they brought in. That was my reasoning there.
So you've adjusted?
I've readjusted my thinking, and I've spoken to him about it.
What's kind of the determining factor? Game on the line?
Game on the line type of thing, where I think the game can be blown open. So we'll just wait and see. If that situation comes up, I will.
What kind of made you go that way?
Well, you guys are all over me. No, I just reconsidered my thinking on that, and I didn't want it to become an issue for Howie. As much as he's meant to the organization, I didn't want it to be an issue and be a big deal. But the fact that I'm not hitting for him has become an issue. So, and he and I spoke about it, and we're not in agreement, but he understands.
Is it realistic to think that he could
turn things around against left-handers, or is it, the fact that it's been several years now, or a few years now that it struggles, that it's just not something that he can do?
Well, part of the conversation that we had to do with just that, and I said, you can get your act together against lefties in spring training next year. You can work on that, and but this year we'd like to maintain some energy that we've developed over the second half of the year, and we'd like to win a few games, which creates the energy. And just the fact that he's had an off year facing lefties makes it easier to make that decision.
Do you like the possibility of alternating guys in one position like you've been doing with him and Ruff, basically?
I don't like the idea. I mean, but if you have a team, I think back at the Baltimore Orioles when they had Lowenstein and they had Renicky, and they had a very good situation where you need to have veteran players who know what their role is, and that's what's going to be the method of attack. I don't necessarily like it. I'd love to have a set lineup. That's the ideal situation.